Hello, my name is Angie Sullivan, and I'm here to talk about something very important to everyone. We're going to talk about hypertension. Hypertension, you've probably heard that term quite a bit. A lot of times you hear it in commercials, about advertisements about exercise or maybe some pharmaceutical products. But let's just talk a little bit about what hypertension really is. Hypertension is known as the silent killer. It affects so many people that they don't even know that it's affecting them long term. Our blood pressure is actually the force on our blood vessels, and this force goes up and down throughout the day. When you sleep, it might be a little lower. As you go throughout the day, if the stress increases, it's going to increase your blood pressure. You may not really realize it. Some people can feel it, most people can't. It's affected by your stress, it's affected by your diet, it's affected by if you smoke. So it's really important thing we don't think about a whole lot. If you check it with a blood pressure cuff, currently the American Heart Association recommends the systolic, which is your top number, be 120, and your diastolic, which is your lower number, would be 80, which is a little different from what we heard in the past, because usually we said any 120 over 80 is normal. Now they consider actually 120 over 80 actually a pre-hypertensive condition. There are complications that come with the long-term effects of overstretching of your blood vessels. Some of the things we've talked about is overstretched walls of the veins and arteries will cause them to weaken, and when they weaken they can sometimes bubble out, and when they bubble out we have a risk of what we call an aneurysm. When they rupture, it depends on where they're at, that could be very life-threatening in a short amount of time. Heart attacks, everybody knows what a heart attack is. If you're thinning out your blood vessels, it can cause a rupture in the vessels in your heart. CVA, medical terminology for a stroke. If you have a stroke, that could cause you to have a rupture in your head, it can cause bleed out into your brain. Congestive heart failure, renal failure. One thing that we don't think a whole lot about is the renal failure aspect. In Memphis, we have a very large population of people that do not treat themselves with their hypertensive medications. In the long-term effect, it actually kind of technically burns out your kidneys. Therefore, there's no elasticity, and your kidneys basically just fry, and they end up having to go on dialysis. One of the big dialysis companies here in Memphis, called DaVita, says the second leading cause of end-stage renal failure, over 15,000 of those a year. Someone dies every 90 seconds from that, and it costs us $320 billion a year, just simply related to hypertensive illness. So what can we do? Well, first of all, our lifestyle. Most everybody leads a very fast-paced lifestyle today. Try to decrease your stress as much as possible. I know it's a very hard thing to do. We all are very fast-paced, have a lot of things on our plate, but your lifestyle is a biggie. Your diet. Everybody likes the fatty foods. The fatty foods are just the best in the world. I like them too. But you got to substitute for salads, more lean meats, your fishes, your chickens, that types of things. Eat right. Some things we can't help. Hereditary, you can't help that, but there's some other things you can kind of compensate for. Exercise daily, follow up with your doctor. So in conclusion, we all have learned how important it is to maintain our blood pressure and some of the things that we can maintain and help keep it in a safe level. Thank you.